Live Hangout
All right.
airs online. Okay, so this is episode 1. Stream your no. I lied. This is stream our mistakes episode 000 because we're
Yeah,
zero
there we
based,
go.
not one based. My name is Eddie. This is Matt. Say hello, Matt.
Hello.
All right, and what are we gonna try to do today?
So you had some Linux questions. You wanted to set up your environment, right? You're playing around with Linux.
That's right. I set up a VM. So let's see if I can start that up real quick, and then I share that screen, and maybe you can help me with that. So, Ubuntu. Yeah, I think I figured out some stuff on the Linux setting it up. I got .NET Core on it installed, but a lot of it I was just kind of copy and pasting the command line. I wasn't really like learning the commands. There was a
Yeah.
lot of the sudo stuff and other things that I've seen before, but
Yeah, when you start out, you're going to have to copy like some amount of things before you can know everything, right?
yeah. So it took a while. So let me see if I can share that screen now. And
Okay, I'm looking at our stream now. It looks like the chat does not show up.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
was
a
thinking it
hangout.
wasn't because that's not going to show
Yeah.
up there. That's good. Okay, so this is system I set up here, the box I built.
Okay. Let's
Oops.
see that. Oh, it just went
You
away.
still see it?
No, it just went away.
All right. So maybe I can't do a full screen.
Yeah, no full screen.
Okay. So that's good. Let's see. What was I doing? So I did install a few things. I got the Mono Develop. I think that's like this is like an IDE actually. And then a dbeaver, which is really neat because then I could connect to the database.
Well, I can't see what you're doing right now.
Uh-oh. What do you see?
I see it looks like your picture where you have a tie and it looks like you're throwing something across the room.
Okay, so it's not being shared. Let's try this again. I think I blew it up.
There we go. Okay, dbeaver. So what is dbeaver? Is that a MySQL variant?
No, it's a SQL. It's a IDE for SQL, so it works with
Okay.
SQL Server.
Oh, that looks really nice. That looks like it's based on Eclipse.
Yeah, it's kind of cool, right? So we've got a few databases here. This is just like the regular install.
Okay, that server that is showing there, that's the local one?
This is SQL Server on Linux, which is fucking nuts. I mean, I just had to do it because it's like, this is nuts, right?
So you have a Windows machine with a Linux VM, and then you're installing all this Microsoft stuff on that.
It's exactly what I'm doing because I wanted to be able to do that, and like it just seems crazy to me, right? So
Yeah.
So let's see if I can even select anything here. I haven't really tried playing with it too much. EV.
Do you have like test data or some junk in this one?
I didn't get
Or you
that
can
far. I figured we could do that, if I wanted to
You
play
could probably
with it.
connect to the quotes database from here too.
Oh yeah, but that's actually, so this IDE should work with all those. It shouldn't just work with it's not database specific. It should work with multiple days.
Right.
So let's see. If I connect to something else, I think I probably could too, but I guess there's no data there. How do I hit enter? Execute or control enter. Okay. All right. So I got that. I will close that one for now. I just wanted to show you that was kind of neat.
That's yeah, you're trying to select from a user, I think.
Yeah, and where was, what's it called? See, I haven't played with this week.
Oh, you got chess?
Yeah, I downloaded that chess app too. That was like in the store. They have like a store now, right?
Yeah.
Ubuntu makes it pretty easy. Files. Oh, I thought I had a shortcut to terminal, but I guess not.
Yeah. I mean, on my system, pretty much I use the terminal and a web browser. That's all.
Right. So let's see. Maybe the web browser saved the history and it will open it to the page that I was at. I'm trying to get that thing to install. No, I guess not. See, it doesn't show any. No. Oh, I couldn't mount a drive. That was one of the things. Resilio sync. So here we go.
Mm,
The sync
yeah.
server.
So you're trying to access like your computer outside the VM.
Right. And VirtualBox has an option to map a drive, and it works fine. For some reason, it doesn't work with this particular with Ubuntu for whatever reason, right?
Mm.
So, I started trying to mount it manually, but that looked like a lot of work because I'm not familiar with Linux. And B, I was like, well, maybe I just use this sync app because this one's really cool, and then I don't have to think about it. It'll just I just put in a folder and it'll sync up and share it. I don't know if you ever used this before.
No, I haven't.
Super cool. And it's like a free version, so basically it's basically like a BitTorrent. It's a BitTorrent client that is open source or it's free to use, and you can put it on your phone, you could put it on your Windows and Mac. So then I could or Linux. So I was like, oh great, it works on Linux. Let me try that. That's where I get stuck.
Okay, first 1 second. So I'm looking on the stream, and then when I start talking, it will show my picture instead of the thing. So do you see an option to like pin your thing?
Let's see. All right, so this thing says present to everyone. So I'm going to click on that. So now see if you talk, if it changes.
Hello. Did this show my picture? Test.
No, it does it?
I have to wait.
I think it stopped.
There's a little bit of a delay, but it looks like it's not.
That's good. So I think that pins it.
Okay, yeah, I can see the marker on your name here. There's a marker.
So now you could talk. Now you could talk and it won't take away our stream.
Yeah. Okay.
Perfect. So here is the challenge that I got. Install sync from Resilio repository. You need to complete 3 steps. Add repository, add PGP key, public key for package verification, install package, and then this is basically for what I did right here.
Okay.
So
were you running these commands?
I was trying to run them. How do I get to the what's it called? Terminal. There it was. I knew it was somewhere easy. I thought I had a shortcut to this. So I'm just following along, right?
And yeah. So there's a lot of things too you can customize on your terminal.
Yeah, you were saying that, but I was like, okay, let me just get one thing working at a time before I start customizing stuff. Because, which is weird that I can't like paste. I find that odd, especially if you're gonna be doing a lot,
So use Control-Shift-V because in the terminal, like control commands have other meanings. So use Control-Shift-V to paste.
Control-Shift-V. Okay, so on this something like this one, Matt, where it says echo, deb, planet, whatever.
Yeah.
Do I copy this whole section, or is it line by line?
Yeah. So that's a whole line. So.
If I get the whole thing?
Yeah. If you want me to explain it in the first step, see where it says echo and then in quotes there's the deb.
Oh, there's the other quote there. Okay, I see that.
Yeah, that's like a single command, and then you have that bar.
The pipe symbol?
The pipe, yeah. That's like it's piping the output of the first command as the input to the second command.
Okay. So then if I do it all together,
Yeah.
Okay, so
that's telling you that it's meant to be
okay,
like tied together.
I get it. So the pipe basically is like joining the statements
Yeah.
in in something in a language I understand, right?
Yeah.
So it's basically appending it and you run it together. So what happens over here with this one? Nothing happened, right?
Well, okay, so see how you put the first quote? Now it's waiting for you to finish it off.
Oh, okay. So I would be able to add, say, this.
You could, but I think that.
So how do I cancel a quote then if I don't want? I want that then.
So now you just go back here. You type either end quote or try the end quote or it might be something, and then enter. Yeah.
Okay. And now Control Shift B.
V.
V is in Victor.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, that makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
Okay, so now it's asking for my password. So I think I did get this far. Public key add wget. So it's doing something, right?
Yeah, it's waiting. And so in Linux, usually no output means that it was successful.
Got it. So I got an okaying back.
Yeah, okay.
That's good. Okay, so I got most of this way through just like copying and pasting because I figure it's telling me what to do. I'm just going to do it. But let's see over here until I started getting errors and I couldn't figure out, what the error was and how to fix it. And so that did that.
Yeah, I don't know if you want me to like explain like what all these commands are, or if you.
Well, I know wget just pulling that what's it called, right?
It's just pulling data from.
Yeah, explain what the wget is. Let's go through all that for someone who's watching and doesn't know, for example, because I mean I don't know. I only know the wget and the curl because we were playing with the Linux on the PHP server that we were playing with,
Oh yeah.
But I don't know the dash Q0 off the top of my head either.
So I don't know either. But what you can do is you type man space wget, like the man command.
MAN.
And then for the it's like short for manual.
Got it.
And then enter. And then it will show you like some information about the command. And then you scroll with, you can use the arrow keys and then you press Q when you want to quit.
Oh, so that basically displays that page for you until you press Q or get to the bottom?
Yeah. Oh, I think if you get to the bottom, it will just say you're at the bottom. And you can use page up, page down too if you want. And then it'll tell you, see these flags?
Q is quiet, yeah. Q, I kind of figured out was quiet already because I used that. I remember that one.
Yeah. But the Q0 is probably like a quiet level
output. Okay, so that statement is saying wget, make it quiet, and 0 is the output, and the output is coming back in the pipe symbol. Is that right?
Yeah. So the output, and then when you're doing the dash, that's where it's outputting. Yeah, you're right. It's going through to the pipe symbol. So you could try this. You could try this. You could actually go to that URL, and then you'll see like some weird data or something. Probably you'll see the key.
Right.
It just has some. Or your browser might download it automatically.
Got it. Right. So this is
what on the other. Yeah. See that's what a key looks like.
That's what it pulled down. And then sudo. What does sudo mean?
So sudo is run as a different user, and when you don't specify which user,
It defaults to admin.
It's root. Yeah.
Got root it. Oh, root is admin. Okay. So it's doing the key, and then it's doing an add dash. So it's adding that key.
Okay. So it's adding that key, and then the add tells it to read from the standard input.
So
in this case is the pipe.
Got it. So
you can try.
I could do.
You can try the first part of the command. Yeah, you can do that.
And what apt key is that? Is that another command?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's a good place. That man will help a lot because I was like trying to figure out what everything was, and I was like,
yeah. So you could run like the first part of that command, and then you would see like it just spits out the same data that's on the web page that you visited.
Oh, if I don't do the pipe in the sudo apt key.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. So we won't do that right now just because I already seen the data and I believe you.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah. So let's do, this is you can also use the following command to add the public key. So this is just another way to get it, right? wget curl.
Right.
And these here are for ARM4064 architectures, which I don't think I need to do that, right? Because if I'm using this machine emulator, and I don't need the Raspberry Pi one because I'm not doing that. That's basically the same thing, right? To add it. So now here it says, sudo. I think I could type these out, right? -get. Oops. Streaming the mistakes. Do the spaces matter on that in this regard here?
Yes.
Okay, so I have to put the dash and then get, right? It looks like there's no space there.
No, it's one word.
Got it.
And you got a sudo.
Sudo, oh, like voodoo.
Yeah.
Sudo.
And if you hold, when you're going left or right, if you hold control and do left or right, then you jump by word.
Got it, I see that. Okay, so that's kind of like Notepad++. Working.
So this apt-get, sudo apt-get, you can use to like install a lot of different things.
Right.
And update is like just get the latest repositories and stuff.
Right, and I think I did that with the Linux with .NET Core and what's it called, the SQL Server too. That was all command line. It was fast too. It was awesome. Yeah,
that's one of my favorite things. And the sudo apt-get install command.
All right,
that's the only one that you have to run.
So I don't know if it was successful or not. Where do I check that?
So yeah, it's a little bit confusing, but I don't see anything in that input that says error.
It says reading package list done, target packages. Yeah, there's no error, successful. Okay, so that's good. So now we downloaded the packages, and I do believe I got this far. I got stuck on the install, right? I remember I was telling you I couldn't install it. So let's do apt-get install Usilio, -sync. And this should install the stuff that we downloaded, right?
Yeah. That should work.
Okay, so let's give this a try.
And there's also a way, if like before when you said, how did I know that worked? You can check, like there's a system variable that you can check that was the last command successful?
Oh, okay. Unpacking, processing, setting up. Okay, so what is that command?
Okay, so just do, well, all right, there's a lot of ways you can do it, but let's just do echo space $? So echo is just
print to screen, basically.
Yeah. So 0 is good.
All right, and 1 is bad?
0, any other number is bad.
Got it. So the number would be like an error code?
Yeah, because basically 0 is success, and then any other number is like the specific way that it failed.
Okay, so
and you can also like after a command, you can do the and symbols, and that will, if the first command succeeds, then it will do the second command. But if that one fails for some reason, then it will stop there and not do the second command.
Got it. Okay, so that'll be, they basically hit a breakpoint if it fails.
Right.
Got it. Okay. Okay, so that seems farther than I got, because I think I didn't get. I think I was erroring out here, and I don't know why. Maybe I typed something wrong when I was copying and pasting. Yeah. But I don't know.
Probably, yeah.
Or not. So let's see. This is for RPM based Linux. I don't need that because these are not what I'm running already.
Yeah. Yeah, you should be good.
Manage.
So you can try.
So here's managing. So this I didn't get to this point because I wasn't able to get. I was getting errors back down here for some reason. It was telling me something I could not be found. So I probably used something to type. I probably typed something incorrectly, where it was not finding that address or the package or something. You know, some part of it.
Right.
And I kept trying. I kept on copying and pasting, but like I said earlier, I wasn't sure if I can do line by line or all of it. And I think some I did the whole chunk, and some of them I might have been doing line by line, and maybe that was like you said, maybe that was only a partial statement, and that's why I was screwing up. You know?
Yeah. If you do those line by line, then it would not work.
Yeah. Okay. So now it says enable sync service automatic startup as a user. RSync. Do I want to do that right? I want this to run automatically. Basically, it's basically like a personal Dropbox. That's what the software does, and you don't have limitations on the size. So if I have 100 gig drive, then it gives me 100 gig of space, and I can sync stuff up, across. And you share folders for security. So I can say I want Matt to have this folder and this folder, and anything you drop in that folder,
this one.
I get back. What was that?
Yeah. But not these folders.
But not these folders, yeah. And if you pay for the paid version, then you get like more granular. You get a few extra perks, which is pretty neat. And now they have like an enterprise edition, which is pretty nice. So basically, it creates a BitTorrent network that lets you share stuff over the web, encrypted, but it's not on anyone's server. It's only on the computers you want it to be on. Yeah, okay. It's pretty amazing, right? It's like it's BitTorrent basically with the UI, Yeah. With the UI, someone doesn't have to go find the what's it called by itself, and you have control. You could control the bandwidth and whatnot. So it's pretty neat. But yeah, so I wanted this to be started in the beginning. So do I want to use this one?
Okay. Yeah. You use that.
I ask you because I don't know what it is, right?
So the sudo part is basically just to do this as elevated, and then this system control is like. These are services, right?
Right. Okay.
So it's going to turn this on, and then something's going to be running in the background. So this is similar to like if you had a web service, then you would use these style of commands to turn on your web server or turn it off or whatever.
Got it. So what that is basically just all the command line stuff to fire things up without having to have a UI and whatnot and right clicking and all that bullshit, right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll do that one, executing, and let's try echo again because now I like a new command that I learned. Sure, it works. I think, even 0 is not like, doesn't tell you anything. At least if you're getting that number, for someone that's new, it says, okay, whatever I commanded worked, then we know that's not the error, right?
Yeah. So, a lot of people have like in your prompt, you can have it so like where your name is could be red if the last command failed, or otherwise it's always green. You know what I mean?
Oh, so that's the stuff you can customize you're talking about, right?
Yeah. And I even know some people who have like an external LED with a light that's either red or green based on if they're having errors or not.
Got it. Okay, so these next steps, do I need to have them at all? Enable sync service as current user. Is that something you need to do for this one, or It doesn't matter if it's just me. I'm only one using this,
Okay,
this virtual machine.
Yeah. So the first, I don't think you need to do that one. Yeah, I think it's good, the one that you just ran, because that one will make it automatic, and then it's using its own user too.
So I don't know. Service can bring us around the following arguments. So let's just start, stop. All right, so at this point,
I think you want to do this one though. The start.
Where is that?
Sudo
this
service.
one. Okay.
Resilio sync start.
So okay, so right now, so what I did with
the one
system
below
control and enable, that just says when I start up the system, enable the service. But at this point right now, that has not actually been started.
Yeah, that's right. And then let me check. There's a way
So this would be.
There's a way to see what services are currently running, or I think there's you can do system control status, Resilio sync, and then it will tell you like if it's on or not.
So I need to put user status and Resilio sync.
I think you don't need the user.
Okay. Inactive, so dead.
Dead.
Dead. Return death.
Yeah.
What's the dash user? I guess we could check that, right? How do I get out of this? Q?
Q, yeah.
Oh, that's a Q. So if I do man and system control, it'll give me all the details for that one, right?
Yeah.
And let's see, user should be at the bottom. Hopefully, this is alphabet recorder.
And there's ways to search it too.
Okay, because there's a lot of stuff, right? So these are basically the whole documentation all dumped out in one place. Okay, so we'll just hit Q for now. And let's start this. Let's start it up. So I'm curious, if this has no UI, how do I select folders and share? And because I know in the Windows version, I have to select the version, and then I send, for example, I send you I share a folder, and then I link that to you, and then you get a link. And when you get the link, it says you have to click if you want to add it to your BitTorrent. Then you start downloading it, and it maps to a folder for you. At that point, I get a response back saying that Matt Demps, Matt has accepted your invite. Do you want to share the folder with him? So it's like has an extra layer of security. So without a UI, I'm curious what that's going to look like. So I'm gonna start the service, and looks like it worked, right? So echo $sign question mark. So that was good.
So if nothing happened, if nothing has output, that's pretty much always guaranteed that it was a success.
Got it. Okay, so that's good. But now if I want to say, how do I use it? Like, how do I actually interact with it? Right?
Yeah, I don't even know what this thing is. Resilio sync.
Yeah, you'll have to check it out. It's pretty cool. Because I basically want to share a folder with myself on my Windows machine, and it'll do it through that. That was my intention. Especially when I seen, it works with Linux, but then I got stuck here here's a guide how to use it. Let's see if we could just share like one folder real quick. How's that sound?
Okay.
Because I'll be banging my head on this anyways. We might as well do it while we're streaming our mistakes. Shouldn't be too hard. So the Linux version of Sync has no integration with the operating system, which imposes certain limitations, peculiarities, as well as the need for user to configure most parameters manually. No tray icon, notifications appear in the system UI. So yeah, so there's basically no UI almost. This is what it would look like on a Windows machine. Or probably on a Mac and probably on a phone too. I haven't installed it on the phone yet, but
Oh wait, so there is a UI, but it's just not as good. Is that what it's saying?
It has no integration with the operating system. So
Okay.
select, so that's fine. Activating licenses. Sync doesn't have a GUI for Linux, so it should be configured manually through a web interface. Oh, okay, so there is a web interface for it. That's
I
right. So
see.
maybe
So you
I
can try
read.
that. You can open that up.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
maybe.
why. That's what it means. It doesn't have the integration with the
Oh,
OS.
so to create a username for this one. So let's see. Okay, so let's just say this one, and I get myself a quick password. All right, so you'll be good because then you could make sure that you can't see my password screens.
Oh yeah,
Although,
you're using your password manager.
yeah, I'm just using one that I have right now for this. I don't really care. I just want this to work. I'll save this one. That was another thing I was thinking about using when we were doing this. We have to figure out how to like connect to servers and databases and like web services if and not show our passwords, but I don't know how we're going to do that yet.
I think that should be good, right? Unless does your password manager show the plain text or something?
No, it doesn't. It could get by, yeah. So maybe that would be good.
Yeah, because we'll only be streaming like the dots, the obscured characters.
True. Okay, so I got the web interface. That's great. No, I don't want to do that right now. All right, so this is this structure, and now I don't know where I would put stuff in or what would be a good folder for in Linux to share. It doesn't have a lot of stuff we're doing. Should I create a new one? Would that be
Okay,
better?
so here's yeah. It took me a long time to learn what these folders are actually useful for.
Okay.
But where you should go is, so here I'll show you a command you can use. Go to your terminal.
Okay.
And type pwd.
PWD.
Yeah, so that's print working directory.
Okay.
And enter.
Home Eddyism. That's like my user folder, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, and there's my desktop. Got it. So if I wanted to put, say, in documents, I could share that one.
Yeah.
This is like a Windows directory almost, right?
Yeah. So account. Like under the home Eddyism is like it's good for like pictures or whatever, like anything that's not like a system or a program related thing.
Got it. So let's say I'll do this. And I'll say it used to be called BitSync before they called it Resilio. They changed it. So I'll put BitSync folder. That way I know it's only that stuff's going to be synced. So it must be approved by me and it expires in 3 days. I could give you read only or read and write, which is really cool, right? You have all those options.
Oh, I see. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I want to share some data. I can share spreadsheets or whatever, and it's like it doesn't have to get or large files. It works for massive files. So like there's no like limit to the file size either. If it's like a 20 gig file where Dropbox and even OneDrive has like a 10 gig file limit, even the enterprise editions, that you can't transfer that much data. It's basically like a little FTP server because you can move so much data across, without even worrying about it.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm going to move this over and I'm going to put it, I guess you can't see this for now, but I'll put it on my local drive. Basically, you open it up. Let's see, I'm going to share this screen now. Good Lord. I got to go back to the command center here. Share screen.
The command center.
Yeah, they have. Oh, sorry, they call it the control room when you're streaming from, what's it called? from a.
Yeah, I can see that button, but if I click on it, it tells me that it's off limits. It's only for the moderator.
Oh, so I'm trying to figure out if I can get. I think before we finish, we'll make sure see if I can hand over controls like to you. You know what I mean? Because that's really is part of the point. I didn't want to make sure that you can do it too, because I don't want to just be the only one doing anything. So see the infinite loop.
Oh, there we go. So it's not bad. Does it slow down for you at all?
It's not great.
Yeah, I can see that on the screen. So how come you can't share your whole desktop as long as you don't? Okay, you got that. All right.
Yeah, right. So now you should see my desktop if I hit this.
So yeah, I was just asking that. I didn't realize you already had it.
So now if I click on the link, I'm pasting the link here. It should resolve and pop up. Oh, didn't that work? Nope. So I'm not sure if you have to add it here. It's been a while since I used this because I haven't been having to do this. So that's adding in this one. Okay, so here's the link and your connection. Oh, it's not like, oh, so now so this one gives me a folder.
You have to pick a folder to map it to on this one.
Yeah, so I can map it to anywhere I want exactly. So we'll just say it's in here, and we'll just say it's going to be your folder. Ubuntu. There you go. So now it's pending approval.
Oh, okay. And then you got to approve it on your box.
So now I have a notification. Any of them wants access. Say OK. And they're good to go. Cool. Yeah, very useful. I forgot it that it didn't have a GUI, so you had to do the web host, which is nice still too. So you're basically running a web server off it.
Yeah. So why don't you prove that it works and put like a text file or something in there?
All right. You want to do that through the command line?
Sure. That's a good exercise.
Yeah. Let's see. So walk me through the create a file. I'm in the working directory, right? It's going to change the working directory to the bitsync folder.
Yeah, so that's what you're going to do. So first, just do ls. Do you know ls?
Right.
Yeah, so then, okay, yeah, you can see the bitsync. So then change to the bitsync folder with cd bitsync.
And I'm assuming, Matt, that this the CD and the bitsync is also like a case sensitive. So if I typed in a lowercase s, that would not work.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. All right, so now I'm there.
Yeah, and so now you can type echo space, and then do quotes, and then write some message that you want.
It's only your hair. That's all. Go ahead.
Okay, and then you do space.
I'm gonna guess a dash.
Arrow.
No? Right arrow?
No. Yeah. And then you type lies.txt. Wherever you want the output. So what that does is that redirects the output of a command to a file. And so that's useful, like maybe if you're outputting something and it's way too long for the terminal, then you can put it into there, and then you can go through that file.
Okay, you can almost like output like the response for some command for that as a login mechanism, huh?
Yeah, and then you can also do the arrow the other way. Will read a file.
Oh, that's interesting.
To a
command.
Cool.
Okay. All right. So is that good? I can hit go.
Yeah. Yeah. So hit enter.
Okay. So hit enter.
And now you can check that file is there with ls.
Right. And now can I open that file again, or could I read it?
So you can print it out with the cat command. Do cat lies.txt.
What does cat mean?
I'm not sure what it actually stands for. You can check the man page, but
Okay.
it's just print out files.
Ah, cool. Okay. It's almost like an Echo, but just for the file, huh?
Yeah, it's similar to Echo, but it reads files.
Okay, so now we know that's in there, and it should be transferring, and it should be automatically transferred. So let's see if it's in my desktop over here.
Oh, it's short for concatenate.
Got it. There it is. And I have it read only, so there it is. Matt is a fathead.
Okay, that worked
Fantastic. Out. That's awesome. That's actually really cool. Yeah, I want to learn more Linux, but man, it's kind of hard, like not knowing, like just starting off from scratch. Especially since I'm not using it every day, right? Like I'm doing this after work for a few minutes here and there, and like, okay, I'm like, I want to do one thing, but it takes me 3 hours, and I still couldn't get this fucking thing installed. Like, okay, I need some help.
Yeah.
Which surprised me because I got SQL Server, which I thought was going to be hard. They made it super easy. .NET Core, which was a little bit challenging. It's working, but I still haven't figured out how to compile. We'll probably do that another day, like see if I can compile a .NET app on it. I mean, even if the Hello World, I just couldn't compile it. You know what I mean? So, but I know it's installed, so that's working, right?
Yeah. The key to Linux is you have pretty much, I don't know, like 30 commands or so that you use all the time, and then you pair them together, like with these bars and file redirects, and each one does like one thing really well, and then you just combine them and do whatever you need to do.
Got it. All right, so I'm gonna stop sharing that, and let's see now if I can let you share the screen. So looks like I have an app thing, screen share. So you don't have the screen share ability on your end? Is that correct?
No, I can share my screen.
All right, so let's see what happens when you try to share your screen. Let's see if I can see it.
Okay. So also, I think, can you do the same thing where you pin me?
Oh, I could kick you out too.
Oh no, please.
This is hide from broadcast, presenter and profile, eject, mute. All right, so present to everyone. Sweet.
Are you seeing something?
I see your screen.
Okay.
That's really cool. Okay, cool. So now we could do that.
Yeah. So here's my setup. And I've got this bar. Can you see my mouse at all?
I could see your mouse. Yeah.
Okay. So I've got this bar at the bottom, and then this is a program that it's called Tmux, but it lets me like combine windows. You get to play around with Windows a lot. So I have like this command here. Right, I do something, and then I could split.
Wait. So what are you writing this on right now? Like, what are we looking at
here? So this is my server. This is just SSH into the server.
All right, but you're on your regular Windows laptop, right? At this point.
I'm on my Windows laptop, but it's connected to a web server I have, or a Google Cloud service.
Okay, so you're connected. All right, so you're SSHing into your Linux web server.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
I'm SSHing using PuTTY or some variant of PuTTY.
Right. Kitty,
yeah. Oh, does it say that somewhere?
Yeah, it says on the top bar. 104,
okay.
Your IP address and Kitty. Okay. All right, cool. Sorry.
The IP address. That's not good.
Yeah, that's not good.
Oh, actually, that's okay, because that's the website. Yeah.
So then you're looking at a program. It looks like you did a listing of the files right there. Vim.
So that's like a detailed file list. That's ls. ls normally just gives you that, but then you just do -l, and then it gives you more information. I
Okay.
just did that command to just to fill up the screen.
Got it. That's kind of cool.
And so
the
I
left
have
side is
three,
the. Go ahead.
I have these 3 windows, and then I can jump around between them all, and I can make split it or resize it.
Oh,
And then
okay.
this also allows me, when I'm done, detach. So I do this, and then I quit, and then the next time I can come back to that same session, I can reattach to that.
With all the same windows.
Yeah.
And what is that? That's a customization. Tmux.
The program name is Tmux. Yeah.
So that's basically an SSH terminal program that lets you do more with it. So you can have a full screen,
locally.
Right?
Yeah, you can also do locally, just if you want to divide your sessions and all that. But the nice thing is that if I disconnected for some reason, or I go away, then if I was just using normal SSH, I would lose my history and my setup. But with this, I can just come right back into it.
Let's try it.
Oh, forget. So now awesome. I'm back in here, yeah.
So, and each of these little windows, you could be in a different directory, for example.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's cool. That's funny because when I was looking at the screen, when my terminal, I tried to make it a little bigger. I was like, you would think that they would start off the terminal a little bit fucking bigger because it's always so small, and we all have these screens now that are much bigger, and it still shows you some tiny little portion of it. So this actually gives you the full screen, and you can cut it up and slice it any way you want almost.
Right. Yeah. That's so cool. I almost always, when I'm normally working, I have a pretty standard setup where I usually have the left side is Vim, and then that's the current program that I'm editing, and then on the right side I have some commands to compile and run that code.
Yeah.
And then I have it set so that it's usually going automatically. So whenever I save, it will run the code and then show me what the output is.
Got it. That's really cool. That's really cool. So you're able to basically use this whole screen as your IDE editor and your, for example, a web browser that's displaying the final output.
Right.
All in one.
So I also
screen.
So I've got this screen too, and then I can also see on the bottom I have this 0.
Mm-hmm.
So I can call this one maybe this is quotes or something. So I rename it, and then I make a new one.
Ah.
And over here on this one.
Oh, that's why you were doing the bash. You were doing the -1 for the session. What session you were using?
So that's the name of the session. So that's another level. So within a session, you can have multiple. I think it's called windows. You can have multiple windows.
Right.
So you could have 8 or so different states that you're looking at.
All right. So this is the quotes window, but if you go to bash, this bash window has 3 frames, right? Multiple frames in that one, and you can add whatever amount of frames you want to do. That's pretty cool. So this is Tmux. This is something you have to sudo get.
Yeah, that's right.
Apt-get,
so you
sudo get.
you do sudo apt-get install Tmux, and then it's there, and then you just type Tmux, and then you got it started.
So maybe when we do the blog post, we'll add that to the notes because that's fucking pretty neat.
Yeah, I also got the this machine learning thing too.
That was a Luau, you said, right? You did it with Luau?
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna show me an example of that.
Quotes. You want to see this code? Yeah, let me see.
Was it a lot of work to write it or write it out?
No, I actually didn't really make any changes to this program at all. I just had to gather the quotes data.
Okay, so you use the quotes data as a the training stuff or whatever.
Yeah, so you got these commands for training them, and then I ran it probably like 24 hours or something. Okay. So and then you sample it.
What's char?
That's just the name of it. It stands for character.
Convert GPU CPU checkpoint.luau.
So this file here, or all these files, are like the it's called a checkpoint.
Okay.
So this is where it was in the training at some point. So I think the first number is generations, which is like how many times it went through all of the training data. And then the second number is like a score of how well it's working.
And that 4,000 whatever is out of what? Like what's from 0 to 10,000 or
the scoring number?
Yeah, what does that mean? What's the fourth stuff? Like the first one, it says 24_1.4690.T7. What is the 4690s? What's context of that?
So I know the first number. The first number is the generations.
Right.
So when I set it to train, I tell it how long to run for, and then it's going to run that long, and it will output every 1,000 or so times. And you could, in theory, if you wanted to, you could just say run forever, and so that first number would get higher and higher, and then the second number is like a score number, and then that one is not guaranteed to always do better. Like after some point, like you can actually see here. So the highest, the last generation here I have is 50, right? Because I set it to run for 50 generations, and the score is 1.464. But
and the one over here, you ran 96, only got 1.42.
Yeah.
So running at more generations doesn't necessarily equal a higher score.
Yeah. Or actually, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the score is better if it's lower.
Maybe that number is a deviation or something, right?
Yeah.
Let's see some examples first, and we should look at the code too if you want.
Okay. So let me do that. Sample CV code. So this minus GPU ID -1 is run it on the CPU, because this code was actually written. It would work really well on a graphics card.
Got it.
Because it does a lot of work that can be parallelized. Right. Okay, so here you see some output.
The beginning isn't a great have.
Yeah, none of it really makes sense. See, like here's one from John Lennon.
John Lenson.
John Lenson.
That's even better. Oh my God, we can make a whole thing out of this. This is the shit.
Yeah, you got Fran King. Oscar Wilde.
That's a real one.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen other, like, instead of George R.R. Martin, I've seen like George B.B. Martin or something.
Can you save that to a text file, Matt? We can post that to the blog too in the show notes. And
Okay.
do you have this code in the, is it the fork that you made? Do you have that in your GitHub?
I didn't really make any changes to this code at all. I'm just
Okay,
using it.
so we'll just link that code in, okay? So you can send me that
Yeah,
link later.
yeah. And then here's a cool thing you can do as well. You can add this priming.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I can give a start of the quote. So like a starting input. So like the best thing to do on Sunday is right, and then just see how it finishes it.
Got it. Let's see.
The best thing to do on Sunday is so many in Pover, The Secret of Death. Steve Maraboli.
It's using data, right, from the quotes database.
Yeah, yeah. So this is all.
Oh man, that's awesome.
I think it's less than 5,000 quotes, so it's not a lot of data at all.
It would need like a good like 50,000, 100,000, right? If we'd be like processing it a lot better.
Yeah. So I think I can look at.
Not to mention some of that quote data is still bad.
Yeah, even the quote data is bad too. Right?
So right now, Matt, when you're running this, is it actually running out and querying the whole database, and then coming back down, or do you have a copy locally as soon as that's running, or a file?
It's local. So I copied all of the. So there's two steps. So I copied all the quotes. I took it all out of the database, and then I ran the training on that. And when it was running the training, it was only reading locally. And now after I've finished the training, it's reading from like these checkpoint files.
Got it.
Which store like the predictive mapping that it's looking at.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, I think we have to do an episode just on that, like maybe building that from scratch and seeing those processes, and maybe we'll bust some other data, not just that one. This one's funny because quotes are just funny when they're made up and they sound stupid, right? But
yeah,
maybe something more specific with like, I don't know, population, some big government data set that we can pull down for free, you know?
Right. So you can see the input that we have is 692 kilobytes, and the sample that they provided is 2.2 megabytes.
Ah.
And even then, they said the 2.2 megabytes is pretty small.
It's pretty thin, yeah.
Yeah, so
because 2.2 megabytes. If you think about 600 kilobytes, if that's 5,000 quotes, that's probably not even 50,000 quotes of data, right?
Oh,
lines.
No, it's not. It's less than 5,000 quotes.
Yeah, but I mean, you're saying 2.2 is a little more than 4 or 5 times of that 692K, right? Yeah. So volume wise, it would roughly be no more than 25,000, 30,000,
right,
lines still, which would still be very low. That's what I was saying, like 50 or 100,000 would be like a little more decent.
Right.
Cool. That's really cool. That's funny. We'll post this too. So yeah, maybe we run through setting that all up, because I would like to see how you did that. And you did this all on the Linux on the server locally, or how did you build this?
This runs all on the server, yeah.
Okay, and using Vim?
No, well, I didn't really have to edit anything.
Okay.
So pretty much what I did here was I cloned this as a Git repo somewhere.
Right.
It's this, like this directory here, and all this stuff shows up, and then I just read how to use it, and then you just call it, this th is like torch, or it's some scientific.
I was seeing that torch one
Lua thing. Yeah, torch is like I think it's an extension to Lua where it adds like scientific computing abilities. So I just do this, and then I just run the command to train with some like flag values, and give it the input, and then I wait. And then that's a good thing. I use tmux for that. So then I run it, and then I shut off my computer, and then I come back in 24 hours, turn on my computer, connect back to the server.
Oh, so all that's running on the server.
Yeah, yeah. So
Nice.
I see it running, and it's outputting like steps along the way.
Okay. So when you first got started, though, when you did that first clone of the GitHub, you didn't do that inside of the terminal, did you, or did you do it outside of that?
I did it all from terminal, yeah.
Okay, that was kind of what I was asking. Maybe we'll show all of those steps because that's kind of neat.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I have no other way to like from this server. The only way I have to access it is through the terminal. There's no desktop for it.
There's no GUI.
Yeah.
Not even a browser?
No.
So the Google Cloud just shows you that you have a server, and it says here's the IP address. Use your login to connect to it via terminal only.
That's funny. They might have some other like a remote desktop option, but
they might have something simple, right? Nothing crazy. Like they probably don't have those.
Yeah, I mean, I just
the stuff they have on.
Don't have a need for that. So here I could also show you what it looked like. So that was from generation 50, which is like after it run for a long time. But I can also show you like only after a little bit of training what it looks like. Let's do this one like 7.
This might be even better than Epoch 7.
Oh, okay, that one's pretty good.
I have not Erti, not Bitwoins. I don't fear Sope, not Canly yet gold. Oh shit, that looks pretty bad.
Yeah, so you can see it's kind of like making words, right? It kind of sees the format of that. Here, the words are a lot more junk, but it's still it sees that it needs to make these quotes, because the way this program actually works is on the character level only, so it's not thinking like in words. It's only thinking in characters.
Got it. That's funny. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. I really want to see more of that work. Maybe we can look at that code. Or, I haven't looked at any Luau code yet, but so we'll maybe figure that out, and maybe we'll try to build something something simple.
Yeah.
Only because I want to see how that works. This is already interesting enough to seeing what it's doing on the output side of it, but seeing how it's learning and stuff would be very, very interesting. Which is a whole thing by itself, a whole series of
you can go pretty far into that.
Okay, well, I think that's good for now, Matt. What do you think?
I think that's pretty good.
We did a couple of things. A good place to stop, and then we have a lot of other stuff we can play around with afterwards. That text messaging thing would be pretty interesting, I think, as a project. I think we can actually build that out.
Yeah. So what is the the use case for that?
For him in particular,
yeah, I guess so, or more general.
Just to be able to send text messages programmatically, like that guy that we seen at at that coding thing we went down to San Diego. Right. You send a message, sign up for a thing, get a response. He basically wants to send a text message blast, and we'll talk about next time. I'll show you. I'll describe what he's currently doing.
Sure.
It's not 100% manual, but it's very, very manual and kind of ridiculous when he's sending out like hundreds upon hundreds and hundreds. I think it's over 1,000, maybe 2,000, close to 3,000. So I was like, well, I think we could fix that.
I see.
So
okay, sure. That sounds like a good project.
Yeah, so and we'll see, because he's doing that for free right now. So we'll see if that needs to be something where he's willing to pay some money, because I read some of those things require some kind of service otherwise.
Right.
But it still might be worth it because he spends a lot of time on that, right? I think his time is worth more than $10 a month or something.
Yeah.
The time he spends on that is kind of ridiculous. So
right.
All right, Matt. So we'll post all those links in the show notes, and then maybe we'll post we don't need to post our GitHubs. I guess we'll just post theirs for now. Where do you have a Twitter at all or no?
No.
All right, so we'll say you have nothing. Maybe you'll get one next time or somewhere else. No one can find you online right now. You're an enigma.
I've got a website with nothing on it.
Oh, what's that called? Let's do that one. I like that one.
Octonio.
OCT.
Octonion without the N, but OCTON.io. I have.
You should link your projects that you've built on there. Those
yeah, I do have stuff. That.
Just put them on the main page. Maybe link your GitHub to there too.
Yeah. It's pretty much just a page with a few links.
Right.
To the game that I made for Let 'em Dare.
Cool. Yeah, we can go over that one too next time. So that's awesome. Octon. All right. Cool. So we'll use that link for now, and then you can link your stuff from there. And my page for all the Russian hackers that hacked my shit already is atheism.com, but unfortunately, those bastards will still get into it. I'm gonna slowly wean all my stuff off of that and put everything else outside of that, and maybe just make it a simple splash page with a couple of links to another. Because I wiped out my other podcast, so I need to build that one out again. But I think I have all the files, so I can build it out and do it somewhere else once I get this one going. So. All right, Matt. Well, I think that was a good first try. I think this worked pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's good. I learned some stuff, and it was fun. So we'll try it again next week, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, you know.
And then we'll get some guest people. We'll get Selvin, we'll get some other people, and who knows. We'll start posting up some other places to see who else we can get on.
Yeah, all right. That'll be pretty cool.
All right, so I guess we're going to stop broadcasting. See you later, everyone. Bye.
Goodbye.